everybody, to a very, very special edition of We Got Next. This is our Dad is Dead episode.
That's crazy.
This is our Dad is Dead episode. No, me and Rio wanted to come on and do a very special talk. I don't think it's an interview. I think it's a conversation, chopping it up. It's Good Friday when you see this. So he died, he rose.
Beautiful time.
Beautiful. It is a beautiful time.
It's great to see you back.
Hey man, appreciate you,
brother. Back in the game.
Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. So yeah, we want to talk about hard-hitting questions.
Okay.
Hard-hitting questions, hard-hitting scenarios. I think this is the first time we've talked ever.
Like
in life. This is the first dialect we've ever had.
Not only is it not the first time we ever talked in life, but I think we did this a year after he passed.
Yeah.
Did do this before, just never.
There's a lot got lost in transit.
I feel like enough time has passed to kind of.
Yeah, it's definitely the first time we talked about it in detail.
Yeah,
I think.
For sure.
Because it's an emotional roller coaster.
It is
to unpack certain things.
When you say emotional,
yeah,
you think. I know you, so you don't ever give me like
crying.
Yeah, like
yeah.
What do you mean when you say emotional roller coaster for you? Is it more of a mental thing or?
I think it's more of a mental thing. It was a physical thing to where like I think when it first happened, I didn't want to do nothing.
Yeah.
And when when life does go on. Because when it happened, we were in the middle of a pandemic. Mm-hmm. So life has stopped. Mm-hmm. Essentially, life has stopped.
You didn't get a chance to like walk across the stage.
I didn't get a chance to do prom, to walk across the stage.
Do you feel cheated?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. I feel cheated, and I feel like I feel cheated, but I also feel like everything has to happen. Everything happens for a reason. But like, it's people in my graduating class. And if they start talking about it right now, they'll start crying right now because they'll never get over that. I know people say all the time like I'll never get over that. And it was a tough time in the moment.
Yeah, I think for you, I applaud you because I think you probably had to. We all dealt with it, but it was a lot of stuff that you didn't get a chance to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, for sure.
Dad seen me go off the prom. He
Yeah.
seen me graduate high school. You know what I'm saying? So, do you ever sit back at night and possibly want to blow your brains out because your dad didn't see none of that?
For sure.
Yeah.
I think it was a split moment. It was a split moment. Fun story. Mm-hmm. It was a split moment when I had just got my license and I had a car delivered to my doorstep.
You did.
So like for a brief moment, that year, a month later.
Yeah.
A month later, really less than a month later.
Yeah, but I'm saying the car was that year.
Yes, the car that year.
Yeah,
no, it was.
It was.
I didn't get what she was saying. It wasn't that year. It wasn't that year. But it was definitely a great
car though. Yeah.
Great first car.
Slick.
Yeah. Great first car. And it was just and this is the devil, but it was just a tinkling moment where it was like, you got everything you wanted at 18 in retrospect. Because what do an 18-year-old want? They want a job, to be fly. You want a car.
And you were fly.
And I was like, I had wheels, I had a job, I had money in my pocket.
Only thing you didn't have.
And I didn't have a day.
And
that's the shit that makes you blow your brains. That's what.
I almost when I start crying.
That's what make you blow your brains out. Yeah, that'll make you. So this the question I want to ask, right? And I was thinking about it all week preparing for the interview about how to frame it. Okay, stay with me now.
I'm following you.
March 29th,
right?
2020.
4 years ago.
4 years ago.
Yeah.
11:59
p.m.
No, my bad. 12 a.m.
Midnight.
Okay. The clock strikes midnight. The clock strikes midnight of March 29th, 2020. Walk me through the next 24 hours.
Okay, so of course we'll have to go back.
Yeah.
Dad has a stroke.
In December
of
2018.
18.
No. Yes.
I think this is.
Yes.
I think it's more progressive than what you remember.
What you mean?
I could be wrong though.
What do you think? What do you think?
In my mind,
yeah.
And maybe because of the situation, everything was like
deterred.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you how I think I am.
Okay.
We were in latter rain, which is always December. Dad took a picture with Gabe during latter rain, right? And he had the stroke that same next morning. So it's December 2018 when he has the stroke, the end of December.
Okay. When does he go to rehab?
In January, because in February
of 19.
Yes.
Okay, that's right. Okay,
because February is Granny Day.
He has a stroke. He goes into rehab. Honestly, that was probably the most one of the most difficult times of the whole situation because you don't. I don't want to see you like that.
You don't want to see your man like that.
You know what I'm saying? That's my guy, and it's not. I did for a while have like a lot of. I don't know if regret is the word, but I battled with like not being there specifically for that time. But anyway, you there. I'm there. You go there every single day. He's in rehab.
Yeah.
You don't miss a day. You go from the time that they say visitors are allowed to literally the last minute that they say, like they putting you off. I can remember them putting you off. Like, all right, it's time to go.
Yeah.
But God kind of helped me deal with that because I felt like as sons, we both needed like some one-on-one time with him.
Yeah, for sure.
Because of what was coming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like that was your one-on-one time with him. Fast forward, he gets out of rehab. I'm like, yo. In my mind, I feel a way about this already, but you coming to stay with me now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not living by yourself, paying your own bills. All that is like, that part of your life is over.
Done.
Yeah, you come.
It's for forevermore.
Yeah, you're done with that. Yeah. Good, well done. Good job. You made it to this point. A lot of people try to make it to this point.
Yeah, but yeah, that is done though.
You've done it.
Yeah.
Comes to stay with me. And actually everything is getting better. So because of the stroke, he lost mobility in his left arm. So that required him to have a lot of assistance. I remember him being like really
emotional.
Yeah, emotional. And I don't think just because of the situation, but as a man, you become accustomed to providing and being able to do for yourself and moving how you want to move, and then that just being taken from you can, I'm sure, weigh extremely heavy. So, but we're working with that. He had a little issue with his leg.
Yeah. That
started to heal. We're moving forward.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot of progress being made.
The whole 2019, I would say, we was moving forward because it started with Granny Day.
Yeah,
February.
Sure.
So he went to Granny Day.
Arguably that Granny Day.
It was a good Granny Day.
Shout out to T. T, you just did your thing in this last Granny Day. You went crazy. Yeah. I think those two are like the
Yeah. Sure.
So yeah.
But yeah, that whole year. But go ahead.
So everything's going well. He ends up buying a car, driving.
Wow.
Cooking, bro.
He cooked the thing. I don't think people believe this. People don't believe this. He cooked a Thanksgiving meal with one arm.
Literally, and like we're not saying like he lost mobility, like he could move it a little, like the arm didn't move at all. He didn't have his left arm. He cooked, he cut cheese, he made macaroni and cheese, he made a potatoes to this damn chicken
with one arm. Wow. And then I remember one time I was like, Daddy, you can't drive with Slade. I already drive with my right hand. Slade, what you talking about? That's what he told me. That's what he told me.
Yeah.
I already drive with my right hand, Slade.
That
power steering was bad at times, so he navigated.
Right arm strong as hell. You know why that happened? Fun fact. You know why that happened? Wow. Him out there just doing stuff. He poured he poured like washer fluid or something.
Where the engine supposed to go.
I'm like, Johnny, you gonna blow it hell up if you keep sit down somewhere. But yeah, so the year's gonna be beautiful. So March 28th is pretty much a regular day, but towards the end of the day, he started having trouble breathing, kind of like out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like he was kind of straining for breath.
And he's had episodes of that before.
So it wasn't as like...
It wasn't just out the norm.
Yeah, you know, so you go check on him. Just, you need somebody, get him some water, make sure whatever meds he was supposed to take, he took them or whatever. And he pretty much calmed down. And then he was kind of coming down with like a cold too. So I remember like just get you some tea.
And Rona.
This is at the peak of Rona.
Like it was just starting Rona upward trend.
Like they like, all right, it's like taking people like at this point, yeah. So all of that is like, all right, Johnny, I'm thinking that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The craziest thing, I told you this before. I don't sleep like I'm supposed to.
You don't sleep. You can put a period. Right?
I do sleep.
You don't sleep.
I do sleep. I just don't sleep like I'm supposed to. So I'll be up until
forever.
And this night was no different. I remember finally going to lay down at like 3 a.m. or something. But the way my apartment was, you come through the kitchen, through the dining room, to the living room, and then back to my room. And I'm walking through the living room, going towards my room, and he's sitting out there crying.
Which was not out of order.
Because the stroke, somehow that correlated. And it made him
more emotional.
More emotional.
It made him more emotional.
Yeah. He was already an emotional
He was an emotional man.
He tried to play like, but he was really an emotional.
And the stroke just took it to another.
The stroke just, all right, this is who you really
are. Yeah, that's who he is.
We're going to show you.
It's a video of us at Granny Day. Crying.
Yeah, for sure. You got to put that up too.
Yeah.
I'm so overwhelmed by all y'all.
But, so yeah, he's crying. And that one, I don't have any like doubt about. That's for sure regret in my life. Is never asking him like, what's wrong?
Right.
Because that's almost like, that's pretty much a normal pattern for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I see something going on with you. I'm always going to check on you.
Yeah.
This one specific
Which
time.
is how I feel like you know that you wasn't supposed to say nothing.
But you feel me? Even that had me balling on the floor.
Yeah, a lot of stuff had me balling.
Yeah, we keep talking about that.
Like a rolling rolling on the floor.
Yeah. But yeah, I regret not saying nothing. Anyway, morning time comes. My brother JB is with me at the time. Shout out to Tom, Elder Antonio. My brother calling me. But I wake up and I can hear him like breathing super crazy, like.
And you can hear it from your room over a fan.
That ain't right.
Yeah,
that ain't supposed. Whatever. That's something
it's not connected.
It can't be.
Yeah.
So, he's breathing like pacing really hard like that. So I come out, trying to talk to him, and him being him, of course, He like, Slick, I'm okay, man. I'm like,
can't breathe.
exactly.
Can't breathe, but he okay. He can't breathe right now.
I don't know if okay. It's just like when he had the stroke.
Yeah.
I come out the room and if you know my daddy, this could be a dark sense of humor.
Yeah.
But if you know my daddy, he would enjoy this joke.
Yeah.
I come out the room and he droopy. He like
I'm fine, Slick.
I'm like, Johnny,
Yo, it's not
you're
fine.
not good. Not only are you not good, let's go now.
Yeah, let's go right now.
Same thing, same stubbornness.
Same
like
stubborn.
I'm good. So my first initial thought is, all right, I'm gonna take him outside and try to let him catch his breath. Maybe he just needs some fresh air.
Yeah.
We do that, and it's a really calm, like, day. Like, I remember that vividly. Like, I didn't hear no birds. The wind wasn't blowing. It was still a very still day. And took him outside. The breathing thing got worse. So I'm like, nah, man, we out here. So I got him by one arm. We out on my patio. So we stepped out on the patio. I got him on one arm. Tom got him on the other arm. And we walking him back in the house. And he stumbled. And I'm thinking he playing initially. He stumbled. He started walking again. He sit down. He looked me in my face. He tried to say something. And then...
He had nothing else to say.
That was it.
That was it.
Closed his eyes. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So, from there, right, close his eyes. It's funny with humans, you still don't even be thinking in that moment that's that.
Right.
So you still probably not thinking that that's that.
I didn't think that was that, but I knew that was something because I ain't never saw that before.
Yeah, that's not a pattern.
I never saw that before.
Yeah.
So,
in your mind, what are you thinking?
Fainted.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, something probably along those lines. Passed out or something like that. But
death is not on the table. Let me get your
I feel like that has to. I feel like
it's starting to come. It's starting to come.
Yeah.
It's starting to come up. It's starting to come up. Here is how, looking back at it, how naive I was. Go ahead.
March 29th, 12 p.m.
12 p.m.
Right?
No,
12 a.m.
12 a.m.
12 a.m.
Yeah.
What does that look like for you?
Okay.
From there till
yeah. Where you at? I'm gonna take you back a couple days. 3 come into town that weekend. Me, 3J, Dad, Auntie. Dad rents us a room at a hotel. We at the hotel for the day, right? Chilling and everything. And I probably was the biggest stickler out of all of us.
What you mean?
So like he'll have a pop.
Oh yeah,
you know you're not supposed to be.
For sure.
You know you're not supposed to be on
that.
Right.
Definitely.
He doing something. Johnny, come sit down.
Definitely.
You feel me?
Definitely.
Like I was probably the biggest one out of all
I probably
of
was
that.
the complete.
You was the complete end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Right. Frying chicken. No, we're not frying no damn chicken. At 11 p.m., come sit your ass down. You know what I'm saying? It was more that. Right?
Then he wanted that he would never normally.
Yeah, he
want.
would
You want
never.
Dr. Pepper? You don't even drink.
You don't even do
Everybody
that.
know you drink water.
You don't even do that, man, for sure. So, and I remember I was frustrated with him because I felt like he wasn't taking it serious enough, right? So I was talking to 3J about it, telling him I was frustrated, this, that, and the third, right? So this is when I'm getting news of the pandemic and it's spiking, right? They told us we would be home for 2 weeks. Then they told us we never coming back ever again. Right. This is all in this same bubble.
Right.
Then we go from that to he called me that night. Matter of fact, at probably around like 11, probably like 11. Right. He called me. I got his phone. Right. I got his old phone. I'm his last person that he called. Right. And you were living with him. Right. So
that'll make you.
That'll make you just. That'll make you just. Yeah, jump. It'll make you jump. It'll make you jump. Yeah. So I called. So he called me. We talked, and he like, Slick, come spend the night. And I'm like, I want to, but they talking about this pandemic stuff. I don't know if we should be out. This is when they saying, get in the house. Like, just
it's out there.
It's out there.
Yeah. They
saying be in the house, and it's late. Mama would have to drive me to go over there. I'm like, buddy, I'll see you tomorrow, right, or in the next couple of days, because we was probably gonna quarantine together for a week, or together, right? Next month, right? I'm in a deep slumber, right to him, in a deep slumber, and I hear somebody coming up my stairs because my room is upstairs,
right?
A lot of stairs, right? It's the
penthouse.
I wouldn't say that, but it's up a lot of stairs, right? And I hear Mama, and she like, "Come on, your dad unresponsive," right? That's a lot of stuff to get hit with on the wake up.
Fresh, early, yeah.
I'm a heavy sleeper too, but I heard it.
Mama, you gotta learn how to tell people stuff. Right?
I told you that. For free. You gotta be better at that. But nevertheless, right? I'm a heavy sleeper as well, but I heard it. Anyway, right? So I hear unresponsive, right? I'm gonna be 100% honest. Wasn't too sure what the hell happened. I'll be honest. We did a bug. This interview we did a bug with. Wasn't 100% sure what it all came with that.
Yeah.
Right?
What's your initial? Okay, so you gotta formulate something.
He's not responding.
Okay.
So obviously he's like he's not responding. So like his breathing got real bad. He's not responding.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
We tried. Right. And like you said, it started to simmer in your mind because I called the house and people crying. Right. Call the house, get on the phone, people crying. I hear commotion in the background. Right. So I'm like, right. It's starting to get more and more to like maybe this done went left, but you don't know till you know, right?
And you don't want to know that. You ain't even trying to know that.
You don't want to know that.
Yeah.
So we going down Telegraph. Mama is doing probably 100 dash, blowing every light, right? Not caring if we get pulled over or not. When we get there, it's ambulances and fire trucks, right? And they blocking like kind of the entry. So we kind of park.
You get out though.
We hopped out.
Walking from.
Yeah, we hopped out from like the entry to go into the house. And when we go in the house, he's on the floor unresponsive, and they give him CPR, right? But like the way they give it to him like he got a chance, right? Because it don't look like of course he unresponsive on the ground, but it's like they trying to give him like that. I was like, okay, maybe they can just give him something, right? So I grandma called me this, that, and the third, right? When it sets in, the family, the CPR people pull me, you, Mel, Mama to the hallway. They they tell us their protocol. It's protocol that we do this for such amount of time. Blase, we're gonna keep trying. And Mom's like, well, what is it looking like? What does it look like? It look like he's passed, right? So now you get that, and then go back and try again. Don't worry, he's gone, right? So now it's like, I don't think you'll ever be able to describe. I don't know what word. I don't even know if they made one yet for that specific.
It's
moment.
not one.
I don't think it's one.
It's not.
I don't think it's a word made yet for that specific moment between knowing and not wanting to accept and fully knowing
this is what it is.
this is what it is, right? So immediately, right? I don't think it's hell, I don't think it's enough water in the ocean to describe the tears that was around me that day in the middle of a quarantine, right? I don't think it's tears in the ocean to describe how much tears and just chaos.
I think I saw a fireman cry.
Yeah, I think the CPR people was crying, right? It's just pure chaos.
Yeah.
This one broke. This one broke. I'm like, okay, my grandma is, I don't think she wasn't in Arkansas yet, but she's at home. She didn't come because of the quarantine, right? Horn.
Right.
Horn is, I called because she called me on
I know that day is a mess for me because there's a story in my mind that Horn is in.
She comes later.
Okay.
She comes later.
That
She
day?
wasn't that day.
Okay.
She's there. She's there.
Gotcha.
At this time, she wasn't there.
Yeah, for sure.
You're right. She was there. She was there. For sure. I called her. She called me on the way, like in between, like let me know what happened. Right. I called her like he gone. Right.
That's what you said.
Specific words. I'm like he gone. Right. She losing. Right. Auntie Mavis is around me. She losing it.
Yeah.
Right. People start coming in. Right. Mel wasn't there, so I gotta go get Mel and tell her, have the car ride with the realization her daddy dead. Get there to see her dead daddy to cross him over.
Yeah.
Right. I get there, chaos pursues. Right. Everybody's crying. Still socially distanced. So Auntie, the funniest part of this whole thing, it wasn't funny then, but it's funny in retrospect. Auntie Frida got a hazmat suit on. So she cried and telling people to back up. She's like, y'all distance. And she cried, oh people. Right?
She's saying y'all distance, but she want to hug too.
But she want to hug, right? Very weird circumstances, right? It was very weird. People start coming in, families start coming in, right? So you get to just take you through the 24 hours of that day. After that, right? I'm like, okay, do I want to go home? Do I want to go with my brother? Do I want to go with B-Lou? Like, you just start asking where you want to go, right? I opted to go home, right? And I took a nap. And it was I don't think I've got worse sleep in my life.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever got worse sleep in my life. It was more of me struggling to sleep than sleep. But I finally ended up going to sleep, and I wake up. It's like, because this happens in the morning.
It's early.
It's 7 in the morning on a Sunday, right? So this happens in the morning, and so I wake up. It's like maybe 3 p.m. Right? Phone got a million missed calls, a million text messages, Facebook posts, right? So posted thing on Facebook, and the rest of the day it's just like it's kind of like a lost in transit, right? And you know how the next 2-3 weeks go. You're planning films. So what is your, from that you realize it, they take them. What's the rest of your day in that?
I'm very. You got there. Me and you saw each other. We broke. I cried then. Vaughn got there. He came and hugged us. We broke. One of the craziest stories is back when my godmom passed.
Hey family, I'm sitting here editing this video. I just wanted to say that is in fact not Mario's godmother. Sister Stephanie was only my godmother. She has no other godchild. Just had to bring that in here. Back to the video.
My godmom passed. Stephan, long live Stephan for sure. The queen, my godmother. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. A-Rob, you were in the room.
I was in one.
You were there. But A-Rob ended up coming down to the lobby when she passed. I guess of course, you probably just need to get away.
You gotta get some air.
Yeah. And he was coming around the corner, and as he was coming around the corner, I was getting there, coming in, and we met each other literally on like a movie. Like he bent the corner, and I was right there, and we broke. We broke right there.
Yeah.
Fast forward to this day, they tell us, everybody's in the house, like you said, it's frantic. Everybody is just done for. So I leave out the front door because I need to just, ain't no escaping this, but I just need to step out just for a second. I came out of my front door, and as I was coming out the front door, A-Rob was coming in. Same thing from a decade or more ago, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's set aside, these feelings and moments are set aside specifically for people that go through it.
Yeah.
If you
ain't went through that specific type of grief, it's like losing a child almost. I'm pretty sure
it would have to be.
It's no explainable grief.
And I would even imagine that is worse.
Yeah.
Because that's really, you want it to happen that way.
Exactly.
It doesn't hurt any less, but you want, as a parent, you want your child to bury you, not the other way around. You know what I'm saying? But it taught me. I think I was sensitive to people grieving before, but I understood grief in like a completely different way after this. You know what I'm saying?
Moving forward, I'm not sure of the moment where, because there's so many different stages of grief, right? You're angry. First you gotta accept it, right? And to me, that's the longest part for some people.
And hardest
is to accept this is your new way of life, right? And like I said, inside the pandemic, I think that part slowed it down for us.
Yeah.
Because we were accepting so much other new normal that you would think it would be easy to just accept that in your new life. But it's harder because you don't have your regular routine, and because you accepting so much other stuff at the time.
Exactly.
You accepting, you're accepting a global pandemic. You can't go outside. You gotta stay in the house. So we were grieving in the house, staying in the house. And of course, we broke some of those protocols.
For sure.
We definitely broke some of them. But in that time, it's so hard to accept it. You get angry. But I think for me, one of the moments that I vividly remember, where things were like trending upward for me, is when I had got my license, right? I had got my license. Finally, after all that time, I actually got it. But once you got the license, the Secretary of State was a pain in the ass at that time. You had to book an appointment, all type of different stuff. And I kept like just not taking care of my business, right? I just kept not taking care of business, right? And your mom, I remember one day I had an appointment and I didn't have something, and they wouldn't take me. And I told your mom, I called her, I'm like, yeah, they won't take me. She's like, oh, okay. And then when she came home, she came upstairs, she's like, yeah, sit down, we get to talk. And she was like, I know your daddy died, right? At this time, I'm still defensive.
How long is this after?
Maybe 5-6 months. 5-6 months after. Because that summer, I was lit. Let me tell you, I had just got slick. I had money in my pocket from graduation. I had money in my pocket because my daddy died and people were sending me money. I had money in my pocket for my birthday. Graduation, my birthday, my day died, all was in the same couple of months.
Running up a check.
In June, I probably ran up. Crazy check. Pandemic hit. I never got unemployment and that stuff. But I was getting checks and stuff, right? I was up all summer long. brand new whip, all of that. Up, downtown every day. When the party's over, word to Billie Eilish. The party finally came down. And I'm like, okay, it's time to, what I'm going to do. So your mama was like, I know your daddy died. Like I said, I was defensive. So I was like, no, but you don't, right? I was like, you don't.
Because your daddy ain't died.
Your daddy ain't died, right? But you know that your husband is not, which I can't put into words how that grief must feel either, right? But I was like, yeah, you know. But she's like, nah, it's time to not move on, but it's time to get, it's time to get back on track. It's time to move. Because you'll stay stuck forever. Yeah. You will stay stuck forever. Mm-hmm. And you will never consider moving if you don't get a push sometimes. Because sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes the obstacle course, if you just knock the first domino over, all the other ones will fall.
And we tackled this in the first time we did this, is that if you just had to look for an excuse to not move,
you'll find it every time.
What better one?
You'll find it every time.
What better one?
My daddy's dead.
My dad died.
Yeah.
Of course, that is. Mom told me kind of pretty much the exact same thing. Like, and I told you, like, that's something that I forgot actually, and that I'd be having to keep in mind. It was like, to go back to that day, they emergencies there, fire people there, they tell us what it is, they take his body, leave, I'm in the crib. And that night, I'm just chilling. I'm not watching TV, not really on social media. I don't want to see, like, I'm really just in my head. Yeah.
R.I.P. Dad. You don't want to see that right now.
And I just kept hearing God tell me, like, I still want my glory.
Yeah, same day.
Same day. And you said this in the last interview, Satan, get thee behind me. Because this can't be God telling me after my daddy died that you still expect something from me. Not this soon, you don't.
Yeah.
Impossible.
Yeah.
Right now it's time to wallow
in self-pity.
In self-pity and hurt and grief.
Depressed.
And I feel like in my own way I did that. You know? But Mom told me, you can't. Okay, so how long do you think you can be here? What's the other side of this if you stay here? You know what I mean? The devil could use this as an opportunity to make you do something crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
To yourself.
For sure.
You feel me? So,
for sure.
You'll try to self-medicate or do whatever it is to. I feel like times of addiction and vices and strongholds are born.
For sure.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Just looking for.
And they don't all have to be tangible forms.
True.
Right?
True.
So you could grow and build procrastination from it. You can build laziness from it. You can build, resentment, neglect.
You can be a whore.
You can be a whore.
I'm going to pump my way.
You can pump your way through.
I'm going to just pump my way.
I'm going to just pump my way.
Pumping is going to be
my outlet.
Yeah, that's my outlet.
My outlet is pump.
Yeah.
So anytime I can't face it,
let's pump.
Let's pump.
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
Pump my way through it.
For sure.
That definitely is. I know you. But no, I feel like 4 years, right? I think what you will learn from it the most is just your ability to I feel like once that happens, it's not too much that can throw you off, essentially, right? It's not too much that can like deter you. It's not too much that can be like, this is too much. Mm-hmm. Once you go through something of that magnitude, because you got to understand who our father was to us, sure, right? He wasn't a weekend dad, yeah, right? He wasn't a I'm gonna pop in and I'm gonna see you when I see you.
He was a father.
He was a father, present. I can't remember a time in my life where he wasn't present.
He managed to father us and
others.
And not miss a beat. And took pride in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that could add to the whole grieving process, because it's like, okay, like you said, you gotta understand who this is I'm losing. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's crazy. I'm sure you go through it. We be talking about it all the time, like bumping into people who knew him, mm-hmm, but don't know that he like, and just watching people's response 4 years later, mm-hmm, it's like, it's crazy. Man, you feel just how you went through the
same emotions I went through, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, and I feel like that, you know, you don't get through it, and I can speak for you on this. I don't think you get through it without God. In fact, I know you don't get through it without God. And it really is amazing that it built my relationship with God. Because I felt I definitely had a relationship with God before, but it was in a sense of more for, you know, what I was taught. Mm-hmm. You know, because you're taught until you go through something where you actually need them for yourself. So now it's like, I know what I was taught, and I know what everybody around me was saying. But like now,
y'all said he was a heart fixer, and now I could really use. Yeah, for sure.
I could really use my mind being that age, right? Yeah. So yeah, and then you know, the more and more you just start to just listen, God, it's yours. Mm-hmm. The burden, it really is yours, because not only. We can't share it. You're going to have to take it. Because I can't hold it. Yeah. I can't hold it. You're going to have to take it. I can't hold it. And you deal with, you just start dealing with things in his life. The more and more it goes on, you start taking pieces of his life that you can learn from, and things that you want to, you know, emulate, right? So, you know, you always want to have the heart that he had.
For sure.
Right? You definitely want to take the heart. But you also want to look at his entire life and like, okay, what's the things that he will want me to be better in certain regards? What's certain areas that he will want me to be better from? And I feel like once you start doing that and you start dissecting, the pressure of living up to it, it erases.
I feel like that adds to the allure of how dope he was the fact that, okay, I want you to have this like me. I want you to move this way like I do. But he was probably more adamant about, I bump my head right there. Mm-hmm. This how you don't bump your head. I don't want to see you bump your head right there. This how you keep from bumping your head right there. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that makes for moments 4 years later where you can hear, you can be in the middle of doing something and just hear like, nah, Slick, that ain't the move.
That ain't it.
That ain't the move.
That ain't it.
And yeah, I think after 4, right now in life, I'm probably the most at peace about it that I've been during the whole process. Mm-hmm. Just now, 4 years later.
I think us being together is really it helps.
That's it.
It helps a lot.
No, that's that for me.
Yeah.
Listen to your big brother.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
That's it. This is not. Yeah, I'd be I'd probably be toe up.
Yeah.
If you wasn't close.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'd probably be.
For sure. And I think he built it that way. Him and mom built it that way. Like you said, for in moments like this, where this could be a possibility, that we got each other to lean on.
Yeah.
Right. And with this coming out Good Friday, it's just funny to me how, and I told you this before, you don't think of it in the moment as being beautiful, but it's really beauty in your grief, right? It's really some type of underlying beauty, whether you choose to acknowledge it or not. It is beauty, and you going through something is good, right? It's good that you go through something. Now, you don't have to think it's fair or justified,
but it's proof that the grief is proof that I really love. Like I love this with a pure kind of love. You know what I'm saying? That's the beauty of it. It's like you wouldn't grieve about something that you didn't
care about.
It wouldn't happen. So being the moments and the lessons and the hurdles and it's beauty in all of it. You know what I mean?
For sure. And now 4 years later, like we were talking about, you look back at that time like, I didn't know how I was gonna make it out. I didn't think it was gonna be a way that I recovered from this. But with God, I made a way to recover.
Right.
And you of course you think about it and you stop your day and you just say, man, I wish this, that. But you're at peace. One, I'm at peace with how we handled it.
For sure.
Right?
For sure.
So this might have been a completely different 4 years.
Yeah.
If we didn't do right by him. But God set it up for us to do right by him. He set it up for us to be with him the entire last year of his life.
Yeah.
He set it up for us to see him vulnerable and emotional and to see that regret. He set it up for us to see him in all of those different phases as not just a superhero, but you get to see him, trying to build back up to something until you see that he saw.
For sure.
It's no going back.
Yeah.
Right. It's never no going back from here. And we talked about this before. Like he would get real emotional. And I said I thought that he knew that his time was coming. And you said he didn't know. Like he didn't know whether it was coming or not. Right? And just that thought alone, whether he knew or whether he didn't know, right? Like maybe he knew, okay, my time, I feel it, or maybe like you said, he didn't know at all, but he knew it was a possibility. You just get to see different things in different areas of grief and how you handle it, and now moving forward, how it all applies to that.
And I'm sure it was. There was some healing for him in being able to lean on us during that year. You know what I'm saying? I think that was to know that you raise men that I'm good. You know what I'm saying? You not wanting to be vulnerable is just because that's your nature, not because you can't.
Yeah.
Because you in an environment where I'm not judging you about nothing. I don't care about the fact that your left arm don't work.
Yeah. I don't care about the regrets you got about things you did.
I'm not concerned about any of that.
Yeah.
Honestly, a lot of it I don't even know about. And in my eyes, you really him for real.
Yeah.
You really Himothy. So
yeah.
I'm gonna serve you. I'm gonna provide for you. We're gonna do all of that and without regret.
No regret.
I want you to feel like I owe you this.
Yeah.
Because I do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You lived in a way and you raised us in a way where I owe you, at the very least, we owe you this.
We owe you this.
Yeah.
We owe you this. And our thought process was this the rest of our lives.
Yeah. And I'm good with that.
And we're good with that. It was no thought of...
Should have done it sooner.
Yeah. The thought was, oh, this is our life.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, me and Mario, we're going to fight about who Dad stay with.
Mm-hmm.
You know, da-da-da. And this is what we're going to do. So that's the vid, man. That's the vid, family. This is 4 years later. It's March 29th, Good Friday. He rose. He definitely did. He rose. Rise. He definitely did rise.
He's risen.
We got it. We got it. That's all we got. Thank God, guys. Just know we got it. Got next.